Brother I haven't seen for years. He's joined me this morning. It feels so good because just last night when I saw the flowers, like, oh my God, it's been so long. Good morning, David Oscar.
Yes, good morning, Doreen
How are you doing? I'm very well, thank you. Your name sounds like some white man, be David Oscar.
But you have to mention the full name.
Okay.
You see, because yes, of course. Initially, the branding was David Oscar.
David Oscar.
Until I realized that the name David Oscar was actually clashing with another artist called David Oscar, who's from I think Milan.
Okay,
Italy.
okay.
So now my full brand is my full name, David Oscar Dogbe.
Dogbe.
Exactly.
Okay, this is Ghana.
This is Ghana.
Ghanaian.
Exactly.
David Oscar Dogbe. Yes, that's the
right.
name.
Yeah.
Where have you been? What have you been doing?
I've been sojourning, right?
Yeah, I only see pictures. I see videos, bits and pieces on social media. I'm like, where is he? Yes, where have you been?
Okay, so I've been in the for the past 3 years. I've been living in Mainz. Mainz is in Germany.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's where I've been. That's where I am actually. That's where. Hold on, me bra.
That's where you're based now.
That's where I'm based now. You know, trying to make myself useful as far as the arts are concerned.
Okay.
I like that space very much because I have obviously over the past 3 years experienced a certain a level of appreciation for my type of art.
Okay.
You know, in this space.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that will boil down to the level of maturity in that system.
All right.
So yeah. Well, can I complain? I can't. It's
No,
good.
you can't.
So I just have to keep pushing. You know, keep pushing the boundaries. Yeah.
It takes something. It takes a reason. It takes a sudden change of mind to make that decision to leave and put yourself somewhere that you feel comfortable and probably love what you do over there. What made you leave Ghana? I mean, we were all here. We saw you. We know what you're capable of doing. I mean, your voice was always here, your persona and everything. So what made you leave?
Okay. Well, how do I even put it? I would say 2 reasons. One, because I was looking for, I would say, a more enabling environment, if I should put it. Is Ghana not enabling enough? Maybe not. You know, and these are things open for debate. When people start waxing lyrical about whether this system is enabling enough for creatives such as myself, people can just, delve into all kinds of things, politics, etc. But in my case, I'm like, okay, I was looking for a certain space where I'll be able to apply myself because I know I have a lot of value as a person, you know. But being here, I wasn't really feeling the vibe. I wasn't feeling that I was being appreciated enough, you know. Secondly, because I started doing reggae music, and reggae music is international music, I was always open-minded, for any kind of opportunity that would help me expand my scope and basically expand my tentacles. So this is what has brought me here today, I would say. Yeah. The quest to wanting to just be in a more enabling environment, the quest to be able to, put my arts more out there, and basically just live life, you see, I'm actually in a can of some and you baby and now baby, and because of that, I know there are a lot of young people, young creatives in this Ghanaian system who might share my story, who might have similar experiences, but if you get to a point where you feel like your space is not really enabling enough, I don't think there's any reason for you to keep living there. If you feel that you can't make it in that space, then please make a move. The world is big. The world is not just Ghana, and there's no law that bans you from traveling anywhere except if it's illegal migration. But if it's legal migration, why not go and better yourself? Because at the end of the day, we're all seeking to make our lives and our time worthwhile there, so that we can be able to come back home and contribute our little quota. So it's not that bad in the end.
Okay.
If you look at it from that broad perspective. Yeah.
You mentioned appreciation whilst you were speaking. So I was wondering, when you say the kind of appreciation that you wanted or you were expecting, you were not getting it, is it for your music or the other side of you, which you were into, which is comedy? So what exactly was it?
Oh, I would say it's all around. Comedy, music, even acting, because I'm an actor too.
Yeah.
A well-trained actor, I should say, from the School of Performing Arts. That is actually my first profession, even before music came into the fray. And comedy as well.
And comedy.
But I'll say it's all round because, I've always been honest. I've always tried to just be as honest as I can. There's more out there, I would say.
Yeah,
For example, let me just give you one example. So since I've been in Germany, there was about 2 years ago, I auditioned for a certain role. It was a stage play. It wasn't even in Germany. I got the call and I traveled to Switzerland to go and audition. I didn't get the role. Yeah, but just for turning up for the audition. Just for turning up for the audition. For turning up for the audition to try to see whether I'll get the role. I earned 400 euros. I mean, this is just an example.
Wow.
I mean, you live in a system where you can do a production, 13 episodes, and you can't even earn a quarter of that. And sometimes you are owed for 2 years and over before you get your pay. And if you are bold enough to go and complain, they are far more time. And then they just isolate you and box you up in one corner. I'm not going to mention any names, but basically, these were my experiences in this system. I got to a point I was so tired. Like, yo, man,
it's okay.
Let me just get out, So,
yeah. Woo!
So this is just one. There are countless number of examples. I probably have to write a whole book and put all the information in there. But this is just one such example.
Wow! Just go for an audition and
you know what I mean.
Be paid rather than outside of the world. You go and pay to get
You know. I mean, it's no funny anymore. Especially if you are a trained artist. I mean, look at some of us. I was in the School of Performing Arts. I'm an A acting student. I had a good grade. Came out of school very talented with energy and fire, and I still felt like I didn't have space. I didn't have the place in the system. I mean, what will make that happen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, our system is not so structured, so you have all kinds of elements and ending up practicing our trade. So those of us who are trained for it, we don't get paid.
Yeah.
So somebody will ask you, why should I pay you? For example, why should I pay you maybe 500 cedis to come and act when I have somebody standing there who is willing to act for free? And there are a lot of people out there who are also desirous of that kind of opportunity.
So they don't mind.
So they don't mind. When it's like that, because of the lack of structures, it makes it difficult for the professional actor like myself, who has been to school, who is expecting that I'll be able to earn a living out of my art. It makes it totally impossible for me in the system, and I'm just one dot in the whole equation. So you can count the number of artists and professionals in the space who are probably going through similar things or even worse.
Interesting. You started music. You've been doing music for a while now, and you seem to be doing well with it. You're not just one talented. It's like it's all round. But how is it treating you? In terms of music, I mean, this is something right now you're so passionate about. You've gone all out. You're doing full time.
How is it treating me? I would say the potential is good, and it is this same potential which I saw from the beginning, which urged me on, to keep pushing.
Okay.
So a lot of I get once in a while reports from my digital distributors, for example. My music is being streamed from all over the world.
Wow.
Russia, China, Yemen, my goodness, Azerbaijan, India. I mean, without the power of streaming platforms, I mean, how often does my music get played in the Ghanaian space, I would ask.
No.
HITZ FM is trying, I mean, I've had a few people call me and say, hey, we heard your song on HITZ FM, or somebody mentioned you on HITZ FM today. So I really appreciate that, but it can be better. I mean, and Ghana, I mean, there are a lot of radio stations in Ghana. HITZ FM is just one. There are a lot of radio stations in Ghana, So it would be nice to have the music penetrate the system. But at the moment, well, I feel like there's still more work to do. But because of the ability to be able to put my work out there, I'm able to get streams from all over the world, And this is very encouraging, because when I see my reports every now and then, I'm like, oh, wow. I mean, how? But yes, it's happening, So I see potential in what I'm doing. And I love music, right? Since I made the switch. I mean, I had always loved music. I just didn't know I was going to do it professionally. I even studied music in school, right, at Legon. Did it for 2 years, and I dropped it in level 300. So I feel like all these things just it's coagulated, it put itself together to bring me to this point where I am today. So I like the potential. I think it's treating me well, and I can only keep pushing. Okay. For example, I'm here in Ghana
because of music.
Because of music, I traveled because of music, and since I've been there, I've had one or two things to do, not very big, but it's very encouraging, I should say. I mean, certain things I didn't get access to when I was here.
You have access to
them
all
day. And on the acting front, at the moment involved with the Mind State Theatre, where we do stage productions every now and then. I just haven't. I missed the last audition because I had to travel, but hopefully in the coming year, more things.
More things.
And then comedy, I see the space right now in Ghana, and I'm just super excited and super proud of all the efforts and the investments that some of us made, to create this little space where all these stars, are beginning to, make inroads, and it's very, very satisfying. I'm very happy to see all that.
Well, we are also happy. So should I say that doing music here in Ghana compared to outside the mines, was it difficult? Was it easy for you?
I would say yes, because the systems are different, right? For example, the very last record I did, I spent 800 euros just producing one record.
Wow.
One. In
Ghana,
Ghana, 800 euros could have made me a whole album. So this is like the difference in the system I'm talking about, And I wanted to experience that too. I wanted to know how is it done here. So I had to go through it professionally, So I mean, at the end of the day, for me, the goal is one, to be able to just put my works out there, win more audiences, reach out to more fans all over the place, And I hope I can count on HITZ FM to help me do that.
Of course.
We say Payola, Payola.
We got you. Ooh, David, I mean, there are different genres of music, but everybody's doing. I mean, we have Afrobeat, lovers rock. Back then, we call it cools. We had cools, but you chose to go on the reggae tangent. Was there a reason for that choice of music genre?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's the message, right? The message in reggae music is something that resonates with my consciousness, with my Africanness, with my Black consciousness, So when I made the switch, I think that is why people felt I was joking, because I mean, from comedy to reggae music, it's like very unlikely, But we are here today, And like I said, that's so. If I need to go into this thing, it would be like a whole conversation, like a whole topic on its own.
Yeah.
But I just want to dwell on the point that reggae is what showed me who I am. Reggae saved my life, Black consciousness, knowing yourself, knowing who you are, self-discovery. So if you listen carefully to most of my songs, these are the subjects that I talk about, Don't give up, push, keep pushing, never give up, be yourself, discover who you are, know who you are, Black consciousness. Who are you? You're an African. Okay. What is there to it? So these are the things that influence it. And of course, I'm an ardent follower of some of the prophets of the reggae genre. Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, Bonnie Wailer, and most of the veterans, Alton Ellis, and so on and so forth, And so for me, it was like, it was a natural progression, I fell into a deep depression after making so many mistakes doing comedy, etc.
Yeah.
And when I was recovering from the depression, I mean, for like a month, I would be in my room playing and listening to reggae music and soaking. And this is how I realized that, hey, I have a love for this thing, and not just the love, but it resonates with my African consciousness, and this is what I'm saying. It's a whole topic that we can discuss on another time.
Time, okay.
So yeah,
most definitely, we'll make time for that.
This is why I preach my gospel through reggae music.
Well, this one, if you're just joining me on Daybreak, it's my guest is David Oscar Dogbe. Yes, he's been away for a while, just a little while. He's back, and there's a lot he's doing here in Ghana. But we needed to catch up. We need to find out what's up with him and all that. And so for most of you, some of the questions you're looking forward to hear, don't worry, it will come out gradually. I mean, we had to delve into, because right now he's into music full time. When I say music, he's doing reggae, and he's doing so well with it outside, not Ghana. So you bet me I work. Okay. I mean, now doing this full time, David, are we likely to see you back in comedy or no?
Well, I keep getting this question, and I don't know why.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like this is what we all knew you for. That's the space we all got to know you, enjoy every bit of it. Then now you're here.
Yeah,
so
I mean, let's just say it this way. I feel like I was in that space to play a certain role, right? And I did play my role. That is why you have that's why the space looks like the way it is now, right? I feel people should start getting used to the musical David Oscar Dogbe, because this is also me.
Okay.
Whether I will get back to comedy or not, I really cannot tell.
You cannot tell.
But then if I have to be straightforward with that answer, I would say that I feel like if I have to do that again, it will come with so much cost somebody would have to bear that cost. But
Wow.
who? That's the question, because as an artist right now, when I sit down to write, mind you, it's the same mind that I used to write music, which I would use to write comedy. Supposing I find some topic or some subject funny and I want to just write some gags about it, right? So as an artist, as a musician, the two of them, when I do them at the same time, I realize I have more potential, or there's more potential in this for me. So why do I spend the same time and mind and emotions trying to go this direction when there are a lot of creative, great guys out there who can make you laugh? Ghana, you have a lot of comedians. Pay attention to them. David Oscar Dogbe is now a full-time musician. So get used to the musical David Oscar. But Enyehu, if in the future somebody will pay the bill, maybe I'll mount a comedy platform sometime to come, but it won't come on a silver platter. I should be very honest, because I don't really desire it that much, But if a baby, if somebody really wants to see that thing, it's business. We can discuss business if it's worthwhile. Why not? I mean, once a soldier, always a soldier, But at the moment, what is the motivation? I don't have any reason, any motivation to want to make myself funny to anybody. Or
I mean, our young comedians doing that is enough motivation. I mean, some of them are now traveling out, and you started this.
Good. When I was traveling out with comedy, nobody was talking about me at the time, I was the first person to do comedy club Mnet in Kenya, Mombasa. Nobody gave me any platform at the time, because at the time when I did that, they were busily insulting me for hosting a certain television show they said was whatever, But it's fine. I mean, some we learn and we grow and we mature as people. If I have the option of choosing to write a piece of song and write some gags, I'll probably pass on the ideas as pointers to a comedian and say, Charlie, develop this. Maybe it could be funny. I do that sometimes. I pass on ideas to them to just, but to write it myself, and where's the motivation? I'm not motivated right now to do any sort of comedy at all. What I'm motivated to do is what I'm doing. So please, love your comedians, love your OBs, love your Lexis, love your
Jacintas,
them.
Do they reach out to you sometimes?
We communicate a lot on Facebook, sometimes on Instagram. Jacinta wanted to invite me for her show, but I wasn't there at the time. I talk to OB every now and then. We interact. I communicate with Lexi. Foster is my buddy. I talk to Jesse every now and then on phone, sometimes WhatsApp call. So we're in touch. It's just behind the scenes.
Okay.
Actually, yeah.
That sounds good.
And there are a lot of them too that I don't have like personal relationship with, but I see them. I see them, and I'm happy that they are really applying themselves the way they are. It can only get better, so they should keep pushing. Yeah.
I see you. You've mentioned names. You've even listed. I mean, you and Foster Romanes go way back.
Yes.
What's going on with you and DKB?
There's nothing going on.
It's like every I don't know, but for some reason when you get a platform, you're asked about him. It's I don't know, but the conversation is not. It's not smooth. I mean, the two of you were working together. They said Vas at one back then. We used to watch you two so well. We loved you, but I don't know what has happened between you two.
Oh, for me personally, at the moment, I really don't have any issue with anybody, especially with him. Regardless of whatever I have heard him say about me.
Okay, so
I take it to be like two brothers, a junior brother and his senior brother. And he himself has confessed that I was always the senior in the equation.
Okay.
So I mean, it's like a matter between two brothers. That's how I see it. It's nothing. I feel like sometimes when he does those things, or when he says certain things about me, he's just looking for hype. I feel, and I know him too well on that level. It's fine. I don't have any problem. It's fine. Sometimes he needs it to be able to do his shows and things like that. It's fine. Cool. But I don't really have any problem. I don't know why people always make it sound like maybe there's a friction or there's a fight or whatever. There was, but it's gone. It's in the past.
It's gone. Okay.
It's gone. How many years now? I mean,
do you still talk?
We're not friends at the moment. We don't talk.
Then there's
no. I want you to understand. There's still no problem. I mean, I can't be friends with everybody. You know what I mean? I can be friendly with you, could talk with you, laugh with you, but to be friends with you, that's next level something, And so it's not. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. If Doreen, I know you as an industry person, right?
Yeah.
I am friendly with you.
Yep.
We've spoken a couple of times,
Yes.
but you're not my friend.
Yes.
Is that a problem?
That's not a problem.
Exactly
at all.
the point. So people should just get it, We are cool, but we are not friends. Doesn't mean we are enemies.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't mean if I see him today, we can't talk, or we can vibe any day, any time, but we are not like close friends as we used to be some time ago, for whatever reason.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we just definitely needed to know more about it, because sometimes you hear maybe one person hits some.
There's too much I can say, but I just don't want to fuel whatever impressions that are out there at the moment. You know, because if I have to, I don't want to make DK be my topic of conversation. You know, I came here not because of that. I came here to do my own show. Yeah. You know, so if I need to go into that, maybe there has to be a new conversation. You know,
maybe solely for that. Then that one we can
talk about it. But like when I'm here to talk about something else, music, my show, whatever. I mean, we can talk about it in person, but I don't want us to really dwell on it. You know,
okay, I get it. I'm sure when I'm done, maybe whatever questions that will come up, we'll just deal with it. If you're just joining me, this is Daybreak Hits. David Oscar Dogbe is my guest this morning. You've all known him probably as a comedian, as an actor, one way or the other. For me, I see he's an entertainer. So, but now he's doing reggae full time. He's not in the country at the moment, but now he's come to visit us. But most importantly, he came for a purpose, and that's one of the things we are going to delve in right now to find out why he's in Ghana. If it's something we can all be a part of it, I mean, why not? So yes, you came to Ghana for a purpose.
Yes.
Can you tell us?
So I started a show called Reggae Spot.
Okay.
Which was 4 years ago. I did 2 editions of it before I traveled.
Oh.
So coming back, one of the main reasons why I wanted to come back was to be able to come back and, you know, resuscitate it and endear myself to my fans again. So yes, that's going to be happening tomorrow, Saturday.
Tomorrow is Saturday,
in my home city of Koforidua.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where I was born.
Okay.
I grew up in Koforidua. I schooled in Koforidua. It was only Legon that brought me to Accra.
That brought you to Accra.
You know, so I'm a very, very Cove Town person. Yeah, I should say. Although my name doesn't sound Cove Townish, but you know, in the laws of Ghana, if somebody has lived somewhere, I think for 15 years or more, he could even run for an MP. So how much more me I owe me to? You know, so nobody can claim more Koforidua than me. Me be tomboy.
Okay.
You know, so I'm here to just endear myself to the fans. There's a spot in Koforidua called Havila Restaurant.
Okay.
That's where I'm having the show tomorrow evening, and a free year confirmed to me that he'll be coming around.
You
know, because I have a song with a free year. I think you even played it before we started the show. You know, so this is just a musical. I would say a musical journey. You know, for my fans in Koforidua and those who can also travel from Accra to just. Accra is just about an hour's drive away from Koforidua, especially if you're driving from Medina.
Yeah.
You know, so if you want somewhere to just pass the weekend, please join us in Koforidua tomorrow, you know, or even today, later today. But the show is tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
And let's jam, you know.
Are we buying tickets to come?
It's free, you know, it's free, except that the place is a restaurant. So if you want somewhere to sit and enjoy the night with your friend, your girlfriend, your wife, whatever, you might want to call and book or pass through Havila Restaurants on the Kenke Factory Road and just reserve your spots for 50 cedis.
Okay.
But that is not even that is just for those who want somewhere to sit. If you don't mind standing and enjoying the show, when we go for reggae festivals, we don't even sit anyway.
Yes,
just please come around. You know, it's free, absolutely free.
Absolutely free. So apart from you and Wuta, should I say this is more like a soul to soul? Like this is more like you giving your fans everything musically.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is how it's going to be. So after, are you going to do one in Accra? Because you, as you said, yes, from Koforidua, you came to Accra.
I don't have much time actually. After the show, I have just about a week left, and then I have to go back. But hopefully in the future, you know, I hope I can be able to do like maybe from next year. If I do one in Koforidua, then I can host one in Accra. I'm looking for partners, maybe some spots that we're willing to just host us, and we can talk and see how we can make it happen. Anyway, in Accra is fine. You know.
So the first one is happening tomorrow in Koforidua. That is tomorrow. And what's the time again?
8 p.m. the show starts.
8 p.m. show
8
starts.
p.m. show starts.
We go in there. Let's go and feel good music from
I'm performing 11 songs from my collection and 4 classics.
I was going to ask you, how many songs do you have? Already 11?
I have about maybe close to 25, 26. I have a full album, Cosmical Vibrations album.
Okay.
The audience can stream that all over Spotify, Apple Music. Just look for David Oscar Dogbe, Cosmical Vibrations album, or just Google it, you know. Or better, so just visit my website, www.davidoscarDogbe.com. davidoscardogbe.com. Every information you need is there, you know. So I have a full album. Then I have a couple of other singles. I have a song with Shashamale. I have a song with Episode. Of course, I have one with the Free Wuta. You know, I have other singles too. So, yeah.
Man, you've worked.
Pow.
You have worked. You have worked, because I'm just looking at it, and as I said, because I follow you on social media, I see you most of the time with your guitar. It's like that's your baby.
Yes.
That's your baby.
I had to pick up the guitar. It's funny, you know, because when I was at Legon, one of the in my department, we had several instruments. So there's drums, there's guitar, there's piano. There are a lot of them, even xylophone and so on. So I selected guitar. But at the time, I didn't have the mental fortitude to learn. My fingers started hurting and then I left it. Several years later, when the inspiration came, I had to go back and look for a guitar. So
and there you are.
I tried to compose on my guitar as well. So
you're doing so well with it. We love you so much.
Thank you.
Of course, my guest this morning here, this is Coca, this is Ria.
Okay.
Yes, Ria and Coca always join me here. Sometimes when guests come, we all know them. We have questions we want to ask, so sometimes I also throw it to them, and then if there are any questions they want to ask,
so they can come and give more pressure.
They won't give you pressure. Small one. Don't give you pressure. If they give you the pressure, you feel pressure people self-pass. So me, I know you. I know that you can handle it. But these people, they are not pressure. Coca, don't try and pressure.
No. We are vibing.
We are vibing. Ria, Oscar, this is David Oscar. Let me start with Ria before I come to Coca.
I know. I grew up on him.
You grew up on him, eh?
Yes. Stars of the future.
What a sentence.
I know, right?
David, when you 50 say so.
I think he got introduced at the beginning of reality shows here in Ghana, which is Stars of the Future. So it was new to everybody. I mean, we had watched the American Idols and those things, but we hadn't seen something that was homegrown. So to see him. Well, I think your time was you and Foster Romanus, isn't it?
Yeah.
You were first and Foster was second.
Foster was second. And there was a guy from Takrade who was called Kojo Addison. He came third.
Yes, exactly. So watching him, I was like, how can a human being be this funny? It was crazy. And it was every week.
Yeah.
They had to come up with new content.
Yeah.
And I used to watch them and be like, how? How are you guys doing this? But, well, he nailed it. Let me just put it that way. He nailed it. And when he took a step away from comedy, I was like, oh, such a promising gentleman. But he has his own reasons, and I'm not going to be on him for it. So I haven't heard his music, but I'm open-minded about it. I am hoping to listen to some Fire because I think he went to School of Performing Arts.
Yes.
Of course, alma mater. So
Were you there too?
yes, please.
Oh, nice.
So I expect a lot from him. You understand me? I expect a lot from him. And once you go to that school, there's nowhere they will put you that you wouldn't fit. Exactly. So because you learn everything there. So I'm just happy. I'm not surprised. And I'm just happy that he's also finding his path.
Yeah.
So,
that's it. This one, no pressure.
And to just add to what she said, Charlie, School of Performing Arts, that's the school that made all of us.
Yeah.
Now, theatre building has been sitting on the campus since I finished school.
This matter, when did George Quay give me the fire?
Why can't
George Quay gave me some serious fire on
say
it.
it every day.
Every
here,
time.
these are the things that don't make the country so sweet.
That's going on 20 years, right? The building.
Almost 20
It's
years.
going on 20 years.
But
and
when
it
I was at
hasn't-
Legon, I never saw a project lasted for more than 11 months. They will start a building in just 10. They will start this semester. By the time you come next semester, the building is finished. The only building that has lasted the span of time is the theatre building they are building at the School of Performing Arts. Why?
Why, dear? Why?
Why?
Oh, Ghana, my motherland. Coca.
David, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
I want us to do a bit of retrospect. I mean, in our space, our creative, they entertain, they go through a lot, and we easily create either a miniature of them or a certain perspective of them, and we kill careers and other things. At the time, you saw what she said. You were a great person. Others were saying you were not funny and other things. We were not supporting as we were supporting. Did it have a mental toll on you?
Well, naturally. I mean, which human being won't suffer as a result of such things? Which human being? I mean, you were just trying to do your little quota. And it's not even about what people were saying, but it was about the fact that you could just feel that the level of appreciation was just basically non-existent. And even those who some way, somehow supported what I was doing, would only support in words. You know what I mean? I mean, let me give you an example. I mean, there were times I would do a business proposal, like business plan. I paid for a business plan. I didn't know how to really write it. I did some bit, and then I paid a professional to complete the whole thing for me, right? Met a few friends that I thought were well-to-do enough to be able to help, you know, for us to be able to basically start a venture, you know. You talk to them, they would listen to you, and they go, and it's like a year goes by and you're not hearing anything, you know. I mean, how does one function in such a space? No support systems, no structural support systems. It's just too difficult, I must be honest, you know. But on that side, I mean, yeah, of course, it had a bit of a toll on me, you know. But I was able to recover.
Did you seek for
professional help?
Yes, mental supports, or did you get...
This is where reggae music did the magic for me, you know, because as part of the toll that it had on me and the depression and the process and the recovery process, you know, it was reggae music that did all that for me. So, yeah, I mean, music is powerful, isn't it?
Would you say true that you rediscover
myself,
greater opportunity of as a creative person?
Exactly, because like I said, I could always sing. Me, I'm a singer, but you know, it's not something I had imagined doing professionally, you know. But when the time came, I knew this is it. This is why I'm here, you know. And then, you know,
my final question.
Okay.
In Germany,
yeah,
you selling yourself with your local accent or dialect, or you've been able to learn their language to sit in to do what you do? And how do you see yourself in that creative space? You trying to push away the comedy, but I feel it's also an opportunity for you to do your music and your music to drive the comedy in that space. How do you see the German environment for you? And do you think you can open the door and invite your other colleagues to tap into the space you are creating?
Well, I can't open any door. I can only encourage, you know, people who want to probably follow in certain footsteps or go in certain tangents, right? For example, James Brown, he's also a comedian in Ghana. You know, he was in Frankfurt late last year. He was over to do a show. You know, I happened to go over to watch.
Okay.
Right? I had nothing to do with that. You know, he also came on this, but he connected with me and said, "Hey, bro, I would love it if you can come over here." And I went to see him. Fantastic show. You know, in my case, of course, I speak German. I speak a bit of German. Yeah, I'm a B2 German student, so that should tell you that my Kentness is a bit higher than the average person. You know, yes, of course, I do theater there. Without a language, you cannot really function in that society because over there the language is king. You know, so it's good I speak English, so it gives me that bilingual advantage. You know, but at the end of the day, in a place like Germany, without a language, you know, you can't survive. You know, because even to just do normal regular daytime work, you need the language to be able to do that. So, I mean, those hearing me saying that I live in Germany, it's not a matter of just being there as a blogger or whatever. This is pure academic. You know, you can't go to Deutschland if you're not willing to study the language. You know, so me, I studied from A1, did A2, did B1. I did all of it here in Ghana.
Wow.
At Goethe Institute, even before I left.
Okay.
Then when I left, I had to repeat the B1 because over there I realized, the way they set their questions is also a bit different from how they do it here in Ghana. Okay. So I repeated the B1, passed it, and then did the B2. I finished. I had my certificate just 3 weeks ago before I came.
Wow.
You know. So yeah, I mean, but even that, I'm not a professor of the language, I should say. You know. So within the German system, I'm still trying to find my footing and all of that. But like I said, there's a higher appreciation of my type of art. You know. So there are certain places I've been able to enter in that system, which I haven't been able to even do here in Ghana since I've been here, you know. So it's fine. I mean, it's just that's just how it is, you know. It's over there is a language. If it was in America, for example, then I don't need that because they speak English there, you know. But in Germany, it's Deutsch. Yeah.
It must have been a difficult time for you when you were in Ghana. I mean, listening to what you're saying, and I don't know if I'm correct. It looks like
emancipation has helped.
Yeah, it looks like that was one of the things that probably threw you off the industry and having to just close your mind and your ears to everything that was coming on you or after you. I'm sure you were really even upset with a lot of people.
Oh yes. I can easily mention one name and I give you a headline right now if I want to, but.
You baby, I
baby, into no menka with the infant to hold. In person, some conversation, the tone, be an amical body now.
Yeah.
Acquire BBO.
That's how they are channel.
Oh, to see I'm I don't hold anything again. Oh, it's a member some body crown. Because people might think say probably hold some girls.
Some person they reenact and now born if I crowd carrier. Brunye, but no ABB, I'll be to me.
David.
Send me too.
Oh, not
you.
This is not a good effort. Yes.
Show see, but maybe I know the park on through that over cock. No,
I'm sure Grandpa say being born no be show. Or papa anymore. See, on your size,
Mr. Don't mention anything at this point. David Oscar. We will not mention any name here. Right now we've moved on. Yeah. We've moved on. You don't let me tell you that I would like to.
Association
David Oscar Dogbe is my guest this morning here on Daybreak Hits. Yes, you've all known him as that comedian, that actor. I mean, somebody most of you watched. Oh my goodness, the days of us at One TV was crazy. I know, and those women outfits and all that. It was just beautiful until. I mean, things changed where
the Jay-Z's will not understand.
Yes, no, they won't. They won't. It got to a point where Oscar was totally off. Like you were just nowhere to be found. Then we woke up one. I'm sure when you even started doing music, a lot of us were surprised. Everybody was like, now we're waiting to be at home. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm sure.
I'm sure.
I was like, I asked because I was like, but this is somebody who is doing comedy and we are, and all of a sudden he says he's doing music. Since when? And even the genre was what even surprised me the most.
I say we catch him say Mark or Krakow. Say David, it's reggae. It's not a very difficult area. Are you sure you can succeed there? Oh, you some questions everything. My life, I've seen some pattern be about me. It's like almost all the time. People go this way and I go that way. So in Pope John, when I was in Pope John, my final exams, my visual arts, everybody wanted to do modeling, like sculpture, right? And that was the popular question. But there was also carving, right? Nobody did carving. I did carving from my class.
Wow.
Me teacher tell me sculpture crow who you know. Unmas will be me. Hey, would you be also be that means even him I didn't even believe in what I had chosen. But I had an A for that thing. For the effort, I had an A.
Okay.
So from then, me who say my life anytime I don't toe the popular line. I always find my way.
Yeah. Yeah, but I believe that we are all happy and proud of you.
No, put your body in any veggie.
You've done so well. Some people, I bet if some people go into that space where you went to, will probably not come back. They will not come out to be what you are today. Yes. So if you are what you are today, we are so proud and we give
thanks to God.
So happy for you. And for us, we can only keep supporting.
Thank you.
As you said, we've played some of your songs and
the woman here hasn't heard any of my songs at all.
Mr. Agla, I think Ria wants to hear some of David's songs because she said
association.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and then and to you too, who has been listening to David Oscar Dogbe, and you're like, yes, and you're
there be allow me about get there on the about legal tender. But we are the light.
The person says if it's cool, and I just want to play it for you so that those of you who still love you. Now this is actually a voice note, so let's listen to it all together. Okay, we're this way, and
okay, I'm driving to the airport right now. Me too, quiet, but
very familiar voice.
I'm sending him my love, man. I call him Horodizo Baradaza. We come way back from Legon, so yeah, David Oscar is a talent. Even I think this whole thing started from Legon, Stars of the Future way. Now I remember time was start here now. We all used to support. Yeah, we all used to support then. Yeah, it's come on fire. He's a great guy, so I'm sending him my love and more greatness. I'm feeling the vibe in the reggae music. It's just a weed, nana. Inspiration. Inspiration.
Right, so this is actor Prince David Osei, and well, I think he's listening to the conversation on his way.
What he didn't even add is this. This is the genesis of my comedy.
Okay.
Prince David Osei was the genesis of my comedy.
Wow.
So they had seen me, as when I say they, my mates, and he was one of my mates, right?
Okay.
They had seen me perform some kind of comedy, a certain pageant at the department, King and Queen Aspa. Do you guys still have it?
No, we don't have.
You don't have it now, okay? But my time, we had the King and Queen Aspa, and Aspa is the Association of Students of Performing Arts, right?
Yeah.
So I ran for the King. I didn't win, but I did a comedy piece. Kobe Runner ended up winning, right?
Okay.
He beat me to it. So when I did that comedy, I remember when I finished, people started like talking to me. Nadia Bori said to me, David, I think you should do stand-up comedy. I didn't even know what stand-up comedy was.
Okay.
I didn't know what it was. I knew comedy, concerts, party, and
Yeah.
so I think a few weeks after that, Charterhouse started running this advert for Stars of the Future.
Okay.
It was Prince David Osei who told me. So Charlie Dave, my fairly form now into no media George Kwemo into Yana audition.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't get to fill that form myself. It was Prince David who filled that form, deposited it on my behalf, and told me to go for the audition. And today we are here.
Wow.
You see, so if I was able to come to that point where I was able to play a little role within the Ghanaian comedy space to bring our comedy market to this point, and people like Prince David Osei should be acknowledged, you know, because he actually encouraged me to even run for that show in the first place, Stars of the Future, which I ended up winning. You know, so I really appreciate, and I still remember what he did. You know, I really appreciate him.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless him.
Yeah.
Do you have friends? Everybody needs a Prince David Osei in their
his
lives.
life, exactly. Yeah.
Well, today we are here, and congratulations to you. I'll come back. Yes, small.
I like the way you said when you bite it, it's crunchy. When you bite it,
It's like, yeah, that should be the sound of biscuits. Don't go and buy biscuit that when you eat is quiet. When it's quiet, it's not nice.
it has to make that that sound.
The biscuit should have a conversation.
Yes, you should be somewhere in just on your line.
Those is when you are in church and you are chewing it and you hear it, you think the next person sitting by you is here now you are chewing.
Exactly, very, very important. Oh, Charlie, right now we are all adults. Who told us? We don't. Right now you don't want. We are all here. It's not easy. But yes, David Oscar Dogbe. And for me, I'm hoping, as you said, I am hoping one day we see you on stage doing comedy again. We are hoping. I mean, it's not bad. Trust me, David, it is not bad to combine all. But as you said, don't worry. When I make the $1 million, I'll call you. I'll call you to come. I will call you to come because I think that we still need that energy. There's a lot for the comedy industry. Yes, they're doing so well. They're doing amazing, but we need more push. We need more out there. And people like you who have started, I don't think, I mean, yes, you're doing music, but once a while, just pass through.
We'll see.
Just pass through.
We'll see. No promises, but we'll see.
Yeah, so his event is tomorrow in Koforidia. And if you want to listen to more of this music, you just listen to here on HITZ FM. That's Koforidia is the place to be. 8 p.m. and the venue is?
Havila Restaurant.
Okay, Havila Restaurant, and it's 8 p.m. prompt.
8 p.m. prompt.
Yes, if you want to sit, you go and pay. But please, reggae music, you don't sit. You jump.
Exactly.
You dance. You know, you can be in a certain spirit, like, you know, because
you can't be enjoying rolling while sitting.
Man, it doesn't work like that.
Rolling on the floor, eh?
No, rolling with the drums.
So yes, you definitely need that to be able to, you know, enjoy yourself. But I mean, Oscar, before David Oscar, before you go, this is a general question because I know that you sit back and you see everything that is happening in Ghana in terms of but we'll start more with comedy before we come to the industry in general.
Okay.
Comedy. When you talk of comedy in Ghana now,
Stand-up
comedy.
comedy.
What do you make of what we have right now? I mean, I've seen most of our comedians hosting their own shows.
Exactly.
And we clap for them, but they still, I mean, there's more to do for them than just clapping for them. And then aside that, the industry in general, because you did not limit yourself to just comedy, you are an actor. There's a movie industry where you've actually done a few movies before going. So I will also want to find out, you sitting back and watching us from that side, your general perceptions about it all.
It can get better, you know. Things can get better, I would say, because I know what I was experiencing which all fueled my decision to, leave everything behind and go. So if those instances are still persistent, then there's a lot of room for improvement, even to do with, or let me say particularly to do with the royalty system.
Okay.
Right? In Nigeria, for example, I told that their actors, they have some kind of royalty collection system where their actors benefit from. I don't know how effective it is, but at least there's something like that in place, How many are they? 140 million. We are just 31 million. And we can't have an effective royalty collection system for our artists. It's not good enough, So I think our royalty system should be able, I don't know, sometimes when you try to get specific, it turns into some kind of a personal vendetta, or it's like people feel like maybe you're trying to attack personalities or whatever. But at the end of the day, when it's good for all of us, you see? I should be able to, in 2023, have a website that I can go to and check how many times have my music been played in Ghana and on which radio stations. That should be possible to do. But we still don't have that kind of a system. Yeah. And if in 2023, with all the softwares and the technology we have, we still, as a country, not even somebody running his private business, as a country, we still don't have an effective royalty collection system to ensure that some works that I have done 10 years ago, if they are still outdoor what's the word? If they are still demonstrated publicly, I can still earn something small out of it. Then where are we going? Because all these markets that we look up to, it's because they have an effective royalty collection system. That is why their artists are living the way they live. So that's, I don't know what can be done. I can only talk about it, but I hope that the powers that be can really critically, once and for all, solve our royalty system problem for us. Yeah.
All right. So I guess
that's what I see. Without that, it's difficult for somebody it's very difficult for me to, because where I am right now, when I do something, it doesn't matter how small it is, I get some royalty payments.
Yeah.
There are things I'm earning, from things I did in 2013 or so. All because the royalty system in those places where we got those things done work. So if that thing doesn't work, trust me, we'll go another 10 years and we'll still be talking about these same things. What can we do? What can be done? We need to fix this thing.
Okay.
We really need to fix this thing.
Amongst all the comedian, who is your favorite? Doreen.
I don't really have a favorite, I should say.
DKB is a brother.
I don't have a favorite. I admire most of them.
Why are you so messy?
As many of them as I have experienced, But I would like to single out. Somebody like Jacinta, for example.
Oh, Jacinta.
Simply because she's a woman, right?
Oh.
She's a woman, and when she first came into Ghana looking for space, I was the very person who gave her very first decent platform on my corporate comedy series, and she took it. And when she came, when we're talking, she told me, "Hey, David, I have already been to Charterhouse trying to get on their last, but I didn't get the opportunity." Okay, no problem. So at that time, I was in the position to give her a little bit of an opportunity to showcase, and I did. And look at where she is today.
She is.
Jacinta is one of the top female comics we have in Ghana, and I'm so proud of her.
She is.
Yeah,
she's a giant.
She's a giant.
You know what I mean? I dare say doing even better than some of the male colleagues.
I missed out this recent one, but even considering the kind of people who came,
exactly.
Oh my goodness.
So Jacinta is just a success story. That has to be studied in the schools.
Wow.
I'm singling her out simply because she's a woman. It's not easy for a woman to really sell this much in the midst of men. Apart from her, which other? Well, there's also Efia Barcelona. She's in Kumasi. She's doing great for herself. On this day, it's Jacinta.
It's Jacinta. Big up to you, my girl, Jacinta. Jacinta, that's her. Oh my goodness, David, how do we follow you on social media? I'm following you everywhere. Yes.
Medina, David Oscar Dogbe. No. Any available search spot, I just key that name in there. You will find things.
You're the only.
I am the only David Oscar Dogbe, the whole world. So either you are googling that name, or you are keying that name into Spotify, my channel will pop up, follow it. Or you are keying that same name into YouTube, my channel will pop up, follow it, subscribe. Or you are keying that name into Apple Music, everywhere. Just search for David Oscar Dogbe. Everywhere. Instagram, baby, follow me, stream my music, and, get to know me on that level too.
Woo.
Yeah.
All right, I've enjoyed every bit of this, and I like it. It's like it just felt like it's just smooth. It's a normal chat. That's
when you stay away from the controversies. That's how it is. You can have a normal conversation.
Other controversies.
Because by the time you start delving into the controversies, hey, I can be sure say, Papa, you buy a
we will not finish. We will not finish. Trust me.
Which of the papas? Yeah, look. No.
Oh, David, Oscar, Dogbe. Tomorrow, Koforidia. So the people of Koforidia, get ready. Cove Town.
Saturday, Veterans Day.
You know,
Koforidia
flowers.
Koforidia flowers.
Oh, Koforidia.
Right now, the flowers have all turned into trees. When I was leaving, there were still flowers.
Yeah.
But at the moment, they are all.
I'm a sector cano.
Oh, sir. Oh, remember.
David, meet Kwame Dazi.
Yeah. I was on boy at Telsey. It's also a cove boy.
Koforidia flowers.
Ah, okay.
The flowers are still there.
The flowers are
That's your brother, eh?
Brand new.
Ah. Oh, okay.
Flowers did as well.
The way I was just about wrapping up a yaska, Kwame, over to you.
You know, when you talk about Koforidia, I can just sit down like that.
Of course.
So, Oscar is like Koforiduan, like Koforidia Nipa, what's your say? We grew up together from the same place, and Obey star. So growing up, we saw him as one of our very own, who is now a star doing well in comedy. Now he's a musician.
Yeah.
And he's also trying to make strides in that field. And he's come back home, trying to put together third edition of the Reggae Sports Avila. So we're going tomorrow to go and support him. Me, myself, and KMJ.
Okay.
Other people.
Yeah.
Another Koforidia.
Hey, this Koforidia boys. No wonder you your beards with your beards.
You can't go to Koforidia and not pass their station for an interview because the car will not even come to Accra.
But you know, Oscar used to also work.
Yes.
At the station that I worked.
Yes.
Oh.
He was host of Campus Edition and then Saturday Drive.
Let me tell you a story. There's a gentleman in this house called Sam. What's his name? Echo. Yes, yes.
Derek Okosam.
Derek Okosam.
Yes.
Yes. Derek was actually corresponding for me when I was working on Vision FM.
Yeah.
You know,
You
I
kidding?
had a show called Weekend Edition.
Okay.
Where we sort of like phone into various campuses. You know.
Campus Edition.
Exactly, where people will just talk about what is happening on their campuses, the hot gists, the gossips, whatever. And I think Derek was corresponding for me from Legon. Yeah, that's how I know Derek.
Okay.
And I hosted that show when you
later
Campus Edition.
Later. I mean,
This was what they did, KMJ, this guy, and what they did in Koforidia.
Interesting.
When I was hosting the Campus Edition, KMJ was hosting the Drive.
The Drive, yeah.
The Drive.
The weekday.
Hey,
Abeku had then mesmerized the airways.
Way
back.
That's way back.
Way back.
We saw them as kids.
Okay.
Up to them, So what we are talking about is much in the recent history.
2011.
Modern history, I should say.
Okay.
By which time Abeku was already in Accra.
In Accra doing his thing.
So, yeah.
Hey, then KMJ too. He has grew, pa. He has grew.
I have a picture of KMJ. You should see KMJ's pictures those days.
We've seen some. Kwame has been sharing
you
some.
You know that the Lord is good.
Don't tell them about mine, please.
We have seen some too as well. Oh, but this is a beautiful reunion, and I believe that tomorrow you definitely have a good time in Koforidia. Sure. Well, we are here, as I said. When you go and come back, let's see how we can plan another one in Accra too, so that some of us too we can rep.
I'll do that. We need one in Accra.
But why are you not coming with us tomorrow?
I want to come. Unfortunately, tomorrow I have to be on radio.
No, it's in the evening.
It's in the evening.
Yeah. The evening.
Hey.
8 p.m.
Because we're all leaving. Even I'm leaving after show.
After the show,
so we're going in the evening.
Oh! I should have planned ahead. I'm just getting to know about it.
Okay.
And it's
true.
like
sometimes when you hear it earlier, it helps.
It helps.
I know some people when they hear Koforidia, they think it's far away from.
Oh, it's not. It's not
like
far.
An hour drive.
Yes. I'm very much aware.
So if you add the
you're going to do business, or you're going to collect your money from
Koforidia. Koforidia is very close.
You can actually go and come
back.
Because look, yesterday we rehearsed for the last time, myself and my band, right? We're traveling from Medina because that's where the studio is, to Kaswa.
Okay.
The people who were leaving the studio from Medina to Koforidia got to Koforidia,
and they were still
somewhere around Weja. You see, so Koforidia is not very far. It's not far at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are listening. It's not very far at all. So